10%. Okay. Next, Vipin wants to say something. You want to write down some points? Okay.
Reservation created day by day partiality within society.
Very good. Only one point is enough. Anjali?
Government should action of non-reservation people because of they give because of
Okay, so this is game. So we need here one more person.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Anyways, we will wait. You want to go here? No, he will not go if he doesn't. It's okay, come on, speak. We will play on this minus game. Whosoever speaks more, he gets minus. We will play on that.
government should reservation for encourage of competition like
For supporting
reservation
you are supporting reservation.
non-reservation because of reservation
ये टॉपिक है कि रिजर्वेशन इज लाइक आरक्षण पता है ना हिंदी में आरक्षण है तो वो कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा होना था वो कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा होना चाहिए दे आर सेइंग कि होना चाहिए आरक्षण एंड आप लोग बोल रहे हो कि नहीं होना चाहिए
Okay, so let us start. So first of all, guys,
don't ask to us, just say your point.
why?
You know what he usually he asks what your opinion on this topic.
So yeah, I give you support reservation, so I
We
give
have
you
our
opinion.
opinion, on the time we will express our opinion, but first your turn, so
come on give a point
First of all, don't be like generate some thoughts according.
it's just a debate that's it
Right.
no hard
If
feelings
you
for
are-
anyone
Yeah, if you have a SC, ST and other things reservation, so it doesn't matter, right? Like we are living in India, and there is a in one's time we need to this reservation. That's why our government are approving this thing. But still, today's and the recent days, like we see that there are lots of people who are capable in without reservations, as we know, there are like lots of people who got the government job and other things.
Yes.
ma'am, I think there should be some key points. After those expressing the key points, we can argue on that particular.
you
You
just
just saying
arguing.
so basically,
Don't argue.
let's say one thing why he is also saying because let's say you understand, let's say she doesn't understand, or let's say he doesn't understand, so they'll get a picture कि अच्छा ये ऐसा होता है ठीक है ना कि वो बता रहा रिजर्वेशन क्यों स्टार्ट हुआ ठीक है I'm not saying he should say that point
Don't get personal.
but it's just like everyone is getting to know about reservation. Let's say Anjali is having any doubt, yeah, let's say Nitin is having any doubt. Let's say for for a benefit of doubt, he's just saying and let it be. Okay, why it has happened? Then he will say that yes, he doesn't support. Okay, come on, please.
You interrupted me. I'm not.
I did interrupted you.
You interrupted me.
How? When? I just write -1 and like you are seeing my action. What is ma'am doing? You got interrupted by yourself.
Yeah. So basically, in the recent days, we see lots of people who got reservations. Achha, lots of people who got reservations, but in the recent days, we don't. We as a main scenario, as we think about that economic and think about that our country. So there is a lots of exam who are capable, those people who are not capable, and they get the seat. The reason we get this reservations, and we are applying this reservation for the those people who are not able to survive in our country, and there are lots of things. But still, I think in the recent days we apply reservation on the income basis, not on the caste basis and all of these things. If the person, if the family are not capable to earn that type of money, and he is not capable to survive frequently and easily, so we need to give reservation to those people, not those people who have a own house, who have a own car, and he apply for the exams and he achieve their scores.
Either he is SC, ST or OBC
Yes,
or
ma'am.
general. Either way.
Yeah, either way.
Okay, good point. Okay, Rahul also said Abhishek, and now you say Anjali.
you may cause of non-reservation because of non
because of बोलने दो से
non-reservation
please.
reservation people will suffer.
Will suffer.
Will
They suffer.
Will suffer because of ST, SC, OBC has a own seats on every area like education, like
Jobs.
jobs. So they can have a seat. They can have a
Seat.
seat.
Yes. Yes.
But that time reservation people will suffer because they have ability to do something, but because of non-reservation they
are not
not
able
able to.
Grab that opportunity.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Nitin.
And by the reservation people
Very good.
will not able to know what the job.
Is it good or bad? Reservation is good or bad?
Reservation is bad
Why?
because now the person who has reservation can afford any job by their reservation or any criteria, but a person who is in a general caste or OBC caste cannot able to.
Only general.
OBC
Is also suffering.
For
How
what?
much
OBC.
marks? How
OBC
much
got
marks?
their own reservation.
Yes,
Their
ma'am.
own
Yeah,
reservation.
in OBC, maybe there are local
Only
government
general.
exam where he get 25 to 30% reservation.
Navita has
Yes.
So we, without your permission, we have assigned you a team. You are in this team and they are in this team. And the topic is Shiva will tell you the topic. You are Shiva.
We are supporting reservation.
You are
And we are, it's
Akshan.
totally depend on car systems like SCS.
Okay, so just wait for 2 minutes and then you may join them. Okay? So you guys have given your points? Okay, now side. Side will start.
Okay, then.
Okay.
So as Pradeep told that they should be reserved on basis of payroll, right?
Right, yes.
Not on the card basis.
Right.
But the thing is created by our ancestors. If you see in earlier times the past game which is played by our ancestors.
Which ancestor you are talking about?
If we talk about the time of
British now.
yeah, Bhimrao Ambedkar, at that time he
There is
also
only
faced
one.
so many problems. Not he was the only one that we only know about him because he was the only one who came for himself.
Who stood for himself?
Who stood for himself, and that's why because there are so many people along with him, but we don't know about those people because of they don't have that kind of mentality to show to stand for their own self, and that's why we don't know about the remaining ones. So the thing is, the caste game is created by our ancestors, and the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar he thought. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar he thought that if the same thing will happen in future also, then our community or those people who come from our community, they will face lots of problems. That's why he initiated some some action in terms of caste gaming, in terms of SC, and OBC.
Okay.
I have one point.
Let them say then this first question. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Sai. Oh,
Ma'am.
attitude.
Ma'am, in our wilderness there are more poverty, ma'am. And in our country, richer become more rich and poorer become more poor. When this reservation comes into implement, then slowly our country was developed. Poorer poverty is developing into certain position. It comes into which I want to develop my country in a high standards. That's why I will support the reservation. It is very good to develop our country.
So basically, you are saying for developing the
हाँ,
country, we need
yes, ma'am.
reservations.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
I
Actually, you want to cross the
yeah,
so let
we have some point, so we need to argue with it.
party.
So firstly you complete, so then we start the video.
Pakka?
Sure.
Okay.
Reservation is good, and if we remove reservation, so then some lower family will
Get
suffer,
affected, will suffer, very good, will suffer.
and due to this they can't educate their children, and because of that the poverty will increase in India.
Okay, Very good point. Next.
From the reservation
Say
standpoint,
please loudly. Please.
from the reservation standpoint, so I have like few opinions. Reservation is good for the earlier when our country was not developed,
When
but
it was not developed.
not developed. But nowadays it's developed. Like
You are supporting, you are saying that.
Yes. -1.
No.
Please tell him.
The point.
It should be favor in
I think from
Yeah, I understood. But I told you before only that I have, segregated your team already.
so
You say that reservation should be there.
the pros and cons of the reservations is there. I would like to talk about the pros. So pros is some family members cannot be survive our life. They definitely reserve the reservations just because some family members are doing the father is doing the rickshaw trolley or they are doing working in the villages. So I think that type of the person definitely reserve the reservation so that
So those people deserve reservation. you are saying.
reservation, yeah. So just because they cannot be eat 2 times of the meal, but they are trying to give the good education his or child. So I think they definitely deserve the reservation.
Okay, now you may contradict the points. Yes.
There is a mentality, ma'am. There is a mentality. General people, Thakur and all, they have lot of money. They are thinking they have lot of money. They said,
But
They-
not all of them.
not all of them. Many people are suffering for financial condition, and they said,
As they said,
the lower SC/ST card
the one who are the one who are vendors,
vendors,
rickshaw pullers and all. Yeah,
rickshaw
all
pullers
those.
and all. In our category is also suffering from financial condition. They have opened some small shops, and they will
Grocery stores.
also doing their child study. Cut off would approx 95, 94. How they get the job? How they will stable?
Yes. What would you like to say?
Point is, I'm little bit slightly agree. But however, if in India, especially in the we are not only for the general, ST, all of the caste, we have to organize the audit, but it's a 100%
One more thing.
audit like whoever not earning the one plus lakh rupees.
Statistic, not audit. Statistics, right? Take out the statistics.
Yeah, something audit like whoever actual reserve for the
Reservation.
they get the reservation.
I think we have EWS
Yes.
category for
Individuals,
that.
yeah.
So as my brother say, he is in fact on our community. Which community you are talking about, bro? You are not in any community. You are get from reservations. You are Indian. Okay, so there is a more community for SC, ST and OBC and general.
no community means like for the those cars, those people who come from
But
the
still, you
lower
think
caste.
about it. You are coming some community if you have a SC, ST reservation.
No.
Yeah, you.
I'm saying although I'm from general category, but
Oh, no, you are. That's why your place is little.
but when at that time the people who are struggling with because of they come from
We
the
are not
lower.
talking about that time. We are talking about travel.
So this
scenario.
thing just come from that time. That's why I'm saying.
So we need to change this thing.
At that time we thought about this thing that we need to change it.
But still we are needed to change this thing right now. Huh? Like if there are lots of people who are facing some issues. If you are going for the government exams and lots of things, there are people who are studying for 3 to 4 years and they cannot crack exam by 0.5 and 0.10 marks. 0.10 to 1.5. And on the other side, there who has a this reservation, all of the SC, ST and OBC rather than he got that seat with like 20 to 30 marks in, minimum as compared to general class. So he is not capable for this work. If you are talking and you are talking about our India and education and all those things. So if we go for the A grade officer exam. So I don't think we need to that type of people who got 40 marks and on the other side, those people who are not cracking that exam who achieve 70 to 80 marks. We need to increase our economic. We need to increase our that type of people who are present India and out of the world and out of the India and all of these things. So I thought we need reservation. Those people who need it, not everyone. Like there are at that time we were talking about India support the reservations and we give the support reservation. Right now they have one car, they have one house, but still his children also
Their children.
also get enjoy for this reservation.
They're
We
enjoying the
like,
reservation facilities.
yeah. So it is not good. Like there are lots of people in tier 2 and tier cities who don't know about that reservation and all of these things. And even he don't have that type of money to get that reservation because it charges like 5 to 10K if you convert your caste and all of these things.
5 years.
Yeah.
Achha, we
To
can do
make
that
it.
as well.
Yeah. So there are a lot of challenges faces. So that's why they are not appealing for any exams because we know that we are not counted at people and all of those things.
Especially for general people when they are facing these challenges in India.
You are supporting.
No, first I'm supporting them.
Okay. He because he was.
That all are relevant point and all of the reservation people are know about that thing. But still our government is fully.
Yeah.
So they need both. That's why they cannot be
That's a
do
vote
this.
bank. No?
That's a main thing.
In everything they are
If
equals.
they argue, if they are stand with the cancellation this SC/ST OBC reservation, to them should the government that Sarkar are not coming in it.
Yeah, it won't be.
That's
The
why all
government
are
won't be
not
appointed.
that all
That's
are
why they
ignoring.
renew it.
Yeah.
After every 10 years, it has to be renewed. Okay, yeah, come up with the points. Come on.
As you said, like caste game is coming in the competitive exam, right? Like basically, reservation coming in the competitive exam. Reason being because see the
Competitive exam or
in earlier
in a
time,
society.
what
You
happened?
purchase the flats.
In the societies also.
Yeah, societies, villages.
Who people belongs are SC, ST caste or EWS. So flats are government should give flats easily.
Government gives flats easily.
Yes.
Where is the? Where?
Why you are interested?
No, I just want to know.
Yeah, basically there is a Jukis who
Yeah,
is applying for the
Jukis.
SSST, but they when
Every
they
people
Chawl.
who lives
Yeah, yeah.
in Jhuggi or Jhopdi,
So that is not a good place to live. That is not a
they
good
are
place to
lots
live.
of flats, 2 flats, 3 flats.
So you know why
And
government
last
is like
per month-
providing them the flat and all because if so see if someone comes from like another country and if he
Another
see
country.
that thing like the people are living on roadside, so it will show bad impact on your country. Okay, then he will go in another country and he will talk about India like I am visited there and I have so many people. So that's why I think government have taken this initiative. And if I talk about like the
But I don't think so. Any society is accepting any, SC, ST or OBC kind of.
still you are talking about that people who are coming from outside. In US there are people who are living in roads and streets.
Yeah.
In Australia there are also people who are living in store country. In every country there is a 1% community who are living in street and the roadside.
And I think in every area there are different, like
We
there are
are
middle
not-
class, upper middle class,
ma'am.
lower middle class,
Yeah.
poor
Yes,
people
ma'am.
and below. Like,
Even when you
And even
that
when
thing is
the
only
international
happen
people
for
are coming
particular-
here, so they cannot visit Bafel shop.
But that thing is only happens for a particular time, I think. The thing is only happens for a particular time when the visitor was come to India, and that time they they some all they Jhuggi and Jhuggi, and they shifted those people into flats for give some compensation also. So
These days also.
so they might be government want to take some initiative and want to help with those people who are unable to not unable to who don't have that much of like that kind of money to own their own house and pay a rental. That's why.
Not all people pay rent.
What people are you talking about here?
Specific
500
those one
rupees.
who are living on roads and making their own
No, ye,
shelter.
that thing is his own choice. Like if you want to earn money in India, so it is not hard. You earn at least 800,000 rupees in a day. Very
in a
easy.
day.
Yes, ma'am, very
It's
easy.
also see, it's also happen for a vote bank.
We put here chai ka thela after the
Tea
Bafel.
stall, tea stall.
Maybe
Uh,
2-3 million more than you, all the employees and the faculties here.
They will earn more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
you know,
ma'am.
they'll earn in lakhs.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
It's
So,
happened.
in any sort, I think we have to revise our reservation policy because reservation policy met like 20, 30, I think 40, 50 years ago. So I think in India, I think they have to revise
70
the
years ago, when the
70 years
constitution
ago.
was made.
So I think we have to revise the reservation policy. We give the reservation whoever needed, genuine reason. If the person is belong from the general category, ST, there is no foundation.
They basically
If
divided up
genuine
our
person is
caste.
belong, they give the reservation. Otherwise, like ST person is father is on the higher position and they are getting the reservation. Like in the NET examination, so most of the doctor made by the ST. So that is the reason most of the wealthy people are not
Yes,
ready to the
If you
Indian doctor.
see,
Those people,
Yeah,
there is a
Indian doctors. That is the reason they
Yeah.
went to the outside.
They go outside.
They go
like if you
outside
see
for
the
the
NEET exam and the JEE exam, there are people who are achieving 7, 10 out of 770 and they don't go to the seat here.
Get the
But
seat.
still, and the reservation people go to the seat 350 and 400 marks. And after that we go for that doctor and our operation kar do. Then they suddenly do that wrong things. Why cannot? Because we have don't that type of education who have those people who have scored 700 yeah, above than 700. And there are lots of police and the medical. There are lots of people who have like Nina and all.
exams, they
All
should not.
At least.
I think, yeah, I 100% agree with this one because this was my point also. Because
My
whenever we
sister-
get sick or something happens, so we are not able to get the perfect doctor.
If we have IPS, IAS officer who are
That is the
class
reason.
who are present in India and they go outside, so
Yes, ma'am.
definitely our India where we are studying.
So that is the reason now middle class families who is belong from the general category, they are not preparing just because they know we cannot be get the 700 plus marks. But if STs belong from the middle class like ST
You know, I
family,
never knew the concept of reservation unless and until I came to India. When I came to India, because I was living in practice Saudi Arabia, so I was aware.
Because of ma'am, in
So they used to ask me, "What is your name?" Acha, then once my friend was there, she was sick. So she told me that वो है कौन है विश्वकर्मा. I told you right the other day. So how can you talk to that person? And I'm like, why can't I talk? So she said, no, you should not talk. So people in India made me realize, now also I find it difficult to be very honest. कि वो
Reservation
कहाँ से है,
divided
कहाँ से
the people.
why this thing not happening in foreign countries? Because earlier time the caste thing was not cleared in those countries. That's why they don't
But
know about the
racism is
reservation.
there. But racism is there. Color wise,
Yeah, yeah.
black and white,
Black and
color
white.
is
so
there.
if you are talking about the metro cities, I think we are not like who is belong from the which religion. But if you go to the rural area, they still believe in the caste.
Yeah.
So like the person is belong from the middle class, like ST, they don't talk to the family is not.
They even
jobs
cannot
are
sit with
below,
us.
you cannot be
No,
playing.
in general people.
yes, ma'am.
So we have a mentality, sit with all the chairs and all of
Not a
that.
chair, not on. We sit on the place.
I think equality
Sit on the chair and
न
they
chair
sit
नहीं
on
मतलब
the
यहाँ पे
floor.
हम बैठते हैं वहाँ पे बात नहीं.
Yes, and equality was not there at that
But
time.
in
That's
metro
why we are
cities,
facing
no, I
this
mean,
kind of like whole
culture is
reservation
there,
thing today. The equality should be there
But
at that
still you
time.
are winner. So why you need to reservation right now?
I'm thinking if the equality should be
It's
there,
not about
do you
equality.
think the reservation they exist or existing on like right now? We are facing the problem with regarding the reservation. If the equality happened at that time, so I don't think that reservation or SC thing will be happen or
would have happened.
yeah.
So we say because of those time basically,
Not
that-
because of those time, because of our ancestors, man.
because of
Their-
our ancestors.
and their mentality.
Our ancestors. Okay. Okay, Shubham wanted to say something. Yes.
I think the reservation launched because
How much you score in
71.
and which team you got?
common
Why?
Bye bye. Bye bye. I think bye bye is like it.
So based on the income, I think we give the
That's
reservation.
my main point. We need to give reservation based on the
Based on
that's a
the
simple
income.
family.
Or whoever get the benefits who genuinely belong to it. Like in India, like if you are align the any audit company, but I think they are taking the votes like
Right.
pride, and they cannot be they cannot be make the genuine report. They get the money and like you have the car, you have the bungalow. They enter like you don't have anything.
But I think
I have 3 to 4 people who
they have
are
the income
Like
income
PAN card,
certificate,
yeah,
income
income
certificate.
certificates. I think if someone has the PAN card, just because PAN card, they can
So
check
just
the all
this is happening in EWS.
Yeah,
Like on
EWS.
the income basis and on the property basis, we achieve this
Even in
EWS
schools,
certificate.
even in
Yeah,
schools, they
it's
take
Still, but
EWS.
it is not approved on SC, ST and all.
Yeah, only EWS. is
Yeah.
there. Like in my daughter's school, there is EWS category, so the government is paying to the school. So they have to take that, the government is paying.
Like
the
some private
government is
school
paying.
also.
Only for EWS.
EWS.
just because
Yes.
you show the income na
Completely
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
20%
And they have to,
reservation.
and every school has to have EWS.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Shiksha Bharti also.
Yeah.
Shiksha Bharti, Vishnu Bharti.
But SC/ST is not there. EWS is there.
EWS.
EWS is there in general categories there.
Now the government is relying.
But in my
Because
office,
the other day when I was also not aware, as I said now also I don't know many things, to be very honest about reservation. Maybe I
in
did
my
not go
office,
in.
is my personal opinion. Like one of my colleague, he is getting good salary, but his childs are studying under the EWS. But he is getting the good salary. Just when he made the one document like he is not earning the
No, but
salary.
they are doing, the school people are doing proper cross check.
Yeah,
You
but
cannot
proper-
lie to them. They are going and they are
So,
doing
ma'am,
a background check.
Yeah, ma'am.
But he,
So they live in
you
the
also have a good source of income. So how you get
No,
EWS?
I'm not into EWS.
You
No,
told
my daughter is going in general. We don't have EWS. I strongly believe that if you have money, you should never do these
Yeah.
things. I strongly believe that, because I feel that other person should get a chance. This is my belief.
Yeah,
Everyone has different beliefs. Some people I have seen they do EWS, but my daughter is not doing that.
But in general, like someone is belong from general category, but they are not getting the EWS just because they belong from the general. So EWS only valid for the ST/ST.
Even and for general people also.
General,
Yeah. So they are showing the income side because I'm telling you once when I went to drop my daughter, so I saw there were people coming from car, bikes, and there were certain people who were coming from cycle also.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, I asked my husband how can they afford the fees and all etc. So then my husband told me that they are doing EWS where every school has to have that kind of a thing. So there I got to know, I learned something.
But those type of the student also facing the challenges in the school, like someone is studying in the good school, like DPS. For example, I'm giving the DPS.
Every school should have, every private
They
school.
have, but
Every private school.
students are judging like they belong from the EWS, like they are paying the 10,000
Yeah, but
plus
I
fees,
think
but
people
they are
should not judge.
Yeah.
I think judging should not happen.
But in a school, I think it's happening. So
It must be happening. I don't know to be precise, but yeah, this thing should not happen. Yes, Nitin, what is your take on this? You also have to speak.
he is on our team or their team?
You are constituting the which team you are in, Akhilesh? Their team. He doesn't support. Hmm. Okay, any other points you guys want to say? No other points? You don't
We
have
have
any
some
points?
contact.
It is such an interesting topic.
We have some contact.
Ma'am, if there is a no caste reservation, then think about
If there is no cash
Cash.
Not cash.
ma'am, if
And
there
you are
is,
also saying the same.
I said cash.
I thought reservation we are not
think about poor people, they how can they spare money on education or coaching? Then that's why they that's why our constitution initiated caste reservation. The the poor people also step on to the higher level. That's why they initiate.
Okay, the government should reduce the fee structure for the poor people. Don't for the marks. They got selected on 35 number, 36,
Because
40. General people cannot select at above 90.
because of poor people, they does not have money.
They can study. They can study with equal in same school, in same bench, in same institute. Then why
They
difference in how to say the why government
Biasness, biasness is partiality.
why partiality in exam?
yeah,
They got selected 35%. One of my knowing person, he belong to SC category. His grandfather is principal, father is DSP. Now he's got selected as a steno at 35 number.
okay.
Steno at 35 number.
Yes, ma'am.
One of my friends, I failed this program. Previous year I got in CHSL exam 68, 69 something. And one of my friend who belongs in SC caste and got 42 something and he got selected.
You know, my one of my relatives was telling me a story that there were two people and one was Pandit. He was coming from a
And,
general category,
yes.
good category, and the other one was I think
Yes.
so this person got good marks, just got 0.5 marks. He didn't touch the cutoff, and the person got good marks as he got selected. So they both were friends. He felt so bad. He felt so traumatized. That I got marks, like more marks than that person. He went mad.
It happened.
And
If
he
you
was
see
like,
quota
I'm
and-
educated. Like she was telling me that, and I was like, oh my god, such things are
It's happening.
so.
Seriously, it happening.
So basically, the mindset of that person became mad, and now he is of no use. Like he's at home and he's always talking मेरे marks इतने आ गए, उसके marks इतने आ गए, ऐसे करके he actually, I don't know, like I was shocked also that something like that is also happening here.
Yeah, in India, like one of my personal experience when I was in college, teenager. So my one of the known friend, he is selling the vegetable. He selected in the good quality,
Yeah.
but I couldn't select it. That is the reason I belong from the general. He belongs from the ST. He selected. I think he got the 33 number. He selected in the
Yeah, the
Banaras
ST guy is
University,
33
yeah.
only. ST is 33 only.
Yeah.
But I think their points are
So
also
that time
valid
we
because of
realized we
inequality
are
also. Both the points are valid because I cannot just cite one line. I have to sit on the
He
fence.
just like
SC category person, they can study with us. Major difference 35 and above 90.
That difference should not. One marks difference should be there.
See, my
One
point is
month.
why
One marks.
my point is why this thing has been created because of few people were there that time because of their mentality. That's why this thing has been created. Do you think if the
So do you think this
Ma'am, in
mentality is
every
still there?
situation,
Do you think this
no,
mentality is still
they
there?
happen in villages also, man.
This thing is happening in
rural
villages.
areas also.
So we are also happy for to give that type of people reservation, but not that type of people who are capable to pay.
So
10
they are,
to
now they are
20K
now they are
difference.
60. आप भी देख सकते
प्रदीप भाग गई क्या बोल रहे हो आई हर्ड
But
यू सेड भाग गई
मैं इससे बात कर रहा हूँ ना.
इट्स ऑन रिकॉर्डिंग आल्सो
So you cross check.
ओके
you
सो
have one
कंटिन्यू कम ऑन
So ma'am, that is the reason we have to set the threshold here, like some of the cutoff, so that whoever genuinely belong from the reservation, so I think they can get whoever like general. It's my personal opinion.
Yes, Shivam.
I think government initiate reservation because of
He
to,
already
de-
initiated,
to,
government already initiated 70
to decrease poverty. They give a chance to lower people to
Lower people.
I mean,
Who comes from the lower class?
Like
So
I
they-
give the big example, like a farmer is getting 2,000 per quarter. But some of the who is belong to they are not getting the earning good money, but who is getting earning money, they are also getting the 2,000 per quarter. That is the reason they belong from the farmer, but they not so I have good, I have a car, I have bungalow, I have a land, 100-acre land, but they are getting 2,000. It's not good for the they are government are misusing the amount and some of the taking the benefit of the better of the money. So that is the reason we have to align the good audit company so that they can get the audit and mention the correct person who is.
Okay, Shivam was saying something. Yes, Shivam.
government initiate this reservation because to decrease poverty. They give lower caste to a chance to get a job and
They should study well and get a job easily.
Yes.
what?
Why the government should chance again and again? You can
Why
study
should
well,
government chance? No, why should government give a chance?
give a chance. You study and crack the exam, you got the job, get the job.
Sorry to say, in SCLC they set the mindset. If I am getting 33 numbers, I got selected.
I'll
But-
get selected.
Yeah, I get selected. But
And they
in
maybe they don't prepare also.
They don't prepare. In general, they thought it's a very important. It's a rocket science. I think I cannot get the 70, at least 80 to 90%. So if that is the reason most of the general persons are preparing the UPSC, but they failed.
But they fail. Okay, yes, Anjali, you're not saying anything.
Usually reaction.
Yeah, her reactions. What happened? Come on, say.
Over the everything you
You're not here to sit, no? And just speak, come on. Give your valuable points.
You know what? When I speak, they both are laughing. Who?
No.
Rahul and
Don't look at ignore them.
Yeah.
You better ignore them. You know, if you feel they're laughing, ignore them. So just don't look at them.
So you mean like she should neglect both of them?
Ignore them.
Yes.
ठीक है? So don't look at them. ना मत देखो ऐसे हो जाओ. You look at them. Don't look at them.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think government should mention reservation and non-reservation people because they give chance to capable to do something and they give also non-reservation but they who people need
The genuine people.
genuine people who needy
More and more.
who are needy so
So they should be given.
they should
Do
be
you have any incident in your head where something happened where they did not get the seat? Or you have witnessed any situation like that? Is there anything? You must have heard only.
yes.
Anyone who has seen or witnessed any incident where a person was really smart but he couldn't get? कुछ देखा है कभी? Yeah, what?
In 2021, my sister was preparing for NEET, and my sister's friend was also preparing for NEET. But my sister is OBC caste, and her friend is general caste. But he got 650 marks in NEET.
She got. Who got?
My sister's friend.
She got 650.
650 marks in NEET, but cannot able to get a good government college.
And your sister got
My sister got
Nothing.
AI 27.
712 marks.
700?
12
marks. In
Which
which year?
student?
And from which
See,
university
see
you
what
were
this
taking?
is
From which school? Institute?
She's in AIMS.
And you were from Bengal?
Don't say that much.
She was preparing
So what was the cutoff of
No.
OBC and general?
My sister also achieved 7 times and she got Chala
Medical
Yeah. And she is facing challenges last 5 years.
What type of challenges?
There are lots of challenges if the girl goes out and still living in the hostel, the food challenges, and there are
Lots of threats are there.
when she is coming, she has only 2-3 days, she is traveling one day to one side.
Where
And
is
she
she?
is
Where is
achieving
she going?
Jhalawar.
Jhalua. How much did she get in leave?
With 7 times.
7 can be a good one.
Yeah, but still, she cannot get any.
She didn't get any government.
She is
Not
getting
aims.
government,
But it
still
was far away.
not
Not
tier 1
aims.
cities.
I think not in.
Aims and there are 2-3 colleges. But still, she is preparing for 3 years.
और
So,
AIR कितना था?
yeah, it is something. हाँ, मतलब उस टाइम पे
But
like 118 या 14 months.
But still she got government
7,
college.
12 and her AIR was 27.
Hmm.
How do they manage? How do they do? First they do SC, ST, something like that. And then OBC and then general.
Yes.
So how much general gets?
So
Like
they
10.
might set the cutoff, like if you are belong from the general, so you get this number, so you for this school. If you are belong from ST, you get this number, like general is getting the 7.
Creamy part is being given there.
They set the.
But I think every creamy part must be divided, no? SC, SC,
Yeah.
OBC and general.
Basically, they have one seat on the SC, have like 40 to 50% seat in your own government universities, and general have, so they can fight with general to general, not to SC, ST. That's the main point.
I mean, aims they are up to 20 to 15 seats which are reserved for SC.
22
15 seats.
and OBC का कितना?
OBC
Let me see.
they are total 78.
Total 70 seats.
70, 72.
So 30 is SC, ST.
20 is for SC, SC and other or general or OBC.
अच्छा जनरल OBC आप mix ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि OBC is 10
They are
और
up to 5 to 10 marks difference in general and OBC.
She done his MBBS or she is doing?
She's still doing.
She's still doing. In which semester?
In your
She is in last.
Oh, here.
I think she's preparing like training medium training.
She is preparing for PG.
Why you are not preparing for the
And
Then I know. She is in
army?
and then she did
because his father is not.
19.
Before 4 years.
From which institute? Akash.
They join Akash and after that she joined
I have seen so
in
many
Kota.
Akash is good
for
me.
especially for me.
No. Kota is good for me.
Kota is the hub of yeah.
Kota is how for the NEET and
JEE also.
for the need.
जी नीरज नहीं है ना नीरज is into Akash only. He is working in Akash only.
They are getting on higher one, but everyone not like everywhere.
Very expensive.
Easy, very expensive. And the short is also not there.
No, sure. No, I have seen so many students who have who have prepared from Akash and they have cleared.
They are clear.
Basically, they got government
They
college.
cast like that is our system in the institute as well. If you are good in this study, they made the different batch A. If you are not study good, then batch B, then
Okay,
C.
they have different types of batches.
They have made the different type of the batches. But like some
According to your
students are
knowledge,
like
completely.
after the admission, some like someone is studying in the like C, D batch. They also know it's C, D is belongs from A category. So like mindset will be changed कि यार मैं तो हो गई नहीं क्योंकि ये तो मेरे से ज़्यादा better है. So everywhere reservation is there.
So over there also they do like this only.
Yeah, but in the private sector, I think reservation is not there.
No, I think that's why people are promoting private sector. That would be one of the main reasons.
In private sector, performance is based
It is based on performance.
based on performance, not only cost and reviews.
What I think is rather than chasing government exam, we should work on our skill also because we don't have that kind of danger of reservation.
We should enhance, and we should, I think,
And most of
they
them
cannot
are working on it.
they cannot finish reservation, but I somehow feel that
They can change the
they can change some
The
rules.
policy.
Yeah, they can change certain policies and rules, I guess.
in SC/ST people, they can also register.
They can, yeah, they have become rich over the time. Before they were not, but now they have. So yeah, like EWS, I think, and that to be the general people and general background check, I
Yeah,
guess.
that is the reason they took the benefit of the reservation. Now they are on the good position. But still, the children are taking the reservation and they are studying in the good college. But in general, they are belong from the middle class. They are not getting the reservation. Now still they are middle class.
Yeah, and they remain middle class. Yeah, because of course this is
Money,
there, then
yeah.
only your status increases.
Money
Otherwise,
matter.
money matters. Everywhere it matters.
Depends on the
And tomorrow, you guys are prepared for tomorrow, international relationship, India's relationship with any country. So who have you chosen? Russia? No, how did two people Russia?
Yeah, but Russia?
You? What will you choose, Anjali? India's relationship with which country? America, okay, she'll do that.
Russia.
How many of you will take Russia?
I choose not Canada.
Canada.
Russia.
How? Why
No,
not?
all cannot talk about Russia.
Still, you have any opinion to let us
You
know.
can divide at the
Most of
time.
the Indian people are try to move over there.
Not most of the
Only
people.
FDR.
Only Khalistani and
Only
Punjabi, don't say that.
Sikh community.
In Delhi,
Only Sikh
Sikh
people.
and Khalistani.
Sikh.
That is real.
So it must be real, but don't say anything.
You
But
are
ma'am, you know what they
like,
usually
Not
do?
true,
See,
still talk.
no ma'am, you know what they usually do? They prepare from themselves from India.
We'll do that tomorrow.
See, I have some point. But they go in Canada and now they doing some things against the India.
That's the main thing.
Against the India.
Against India.
like some of the people are preparing for the IELTS and they are getting like 6-7
Most
marks.
Punjabi.
Most
Banned,
Punjabi.
we say banned.
They are trying to go outside for the job, but still they are doing the business and they are getting the good money over there. So that is the main reason.
They
Okay.
also are
I support Russia
You know,
very hardly.
Two of them will talk about Russia. Okay.
Me and Shivam.
America, Canada. Who will take Pakistan?
no one.
Someone has to take.
We need some other person. Don't find it.
You will take? Actually, no, he's saying Canada. Pakistan कौन लेगा? It's a controversial topic. It just no one.
But still,
India's relationship with Pakistan. I'm not saying you have to talk about Pakistan. The relationship of India.
So I think it was good relationship.
We need to delete this
between
Pakistan
India and
word.
Pakistan.
It has been Tom and Jerry so far.
Tom and Jerry. We can give the good example of Riyadh.
We have lots of countries.
Yeah,
take
which one?
Dubai,
Which
Saudi.
example?
So tennis.
Sania Mirza.
Sania Mirza.
You married in India. Like,
Actually, my father expired there, and over there is a rule that we need to have mehram. हमारे religion में होता है mehram.
You are originally belong from Delhi.
Born and brought up there, education there. I did even my